Welcome to stage Jacob Hatton on 3 star round applause. 1, 2, 3, go. Welcome to stage Jacob Hatton.
Okay. All right, my name's Jacob Hatton, no jawline, just vibes. Once you see that about me, you can't unsee it, by the way. It's like, someone once told me that I look like God had set out to create a handsome guy, but it was like Friday, 4 p.m. He just locks off early. He's fucking... He starts off very well, like luscious hair up top, moving down, clear skin, and then he just goes, I'm having a drink. I don't know, man. You all go as weird shit to Halloween, man. That's my thoughts from the back of the room. I, Velma's fine. In-betweeners, what the fuck, man? What kind of... Does any of you just go as, like, normal shit, like ghosts? No, that's not the Liverpool way, is it? It's fucked up, upsetting things. I don't like it. I don't like it when you turn up to a Halloween party and they're dressed as like real fears. You know what I mean? Like you go up and you go in right with your partner and they ask you like, oh, what are you dressed as? And you go, I'm Harley Quinn and you're the Joker. And you go, hang on, what are you? And they go, we're the concept of inflation. You know? We're your wife, but she doesn't love you. I don't like it, man. I just think. I don't know, man. Like, I think that Halloween is about dressing up as fun fantasy fears, not like real fears. Like, I'm not scared of ghosts. Of course I'm not. Like, because I'm a member of the millennial generation, right? And because I do stand-up comedy for a living, right? Those two factors means that I'll never earn enough money to like own residential property. So I feel like if I go to like a mansion and it's haunted by a spooky ghost, and then I die in that mansion and I also come back and haunt it, that is at some level property ownership. Like I'm on the ladder, aren't I? I mean, it's Jacob's ladder, but you know, I love coming to Liverpool, man. I used to live here about 10, 15 years ago. Liverpool's a really like, it's a good city. It's a really savage city though. Like people will really like put you down here. Like I used to live, for the Liverpudlians, right? I used to live above Worlds Apart comic book store. And opposite what was then a strip club called X and the City, and is now a Lidl. And that is right. That is the only example of anywhere in my life where they've come in and they put a Lidl in, and I thought, this area is on the up. I don't know, man. And like, I received the worst bullying I've ever received in my life, right? When I walked past, what they used to do outside their strip club is they would hand out flyers for that strip club. Now, I'm going to say this, I don't know much about the strip club economy, but I feel like if you're selling strip clubs with hand-to-hand flyers, that is a poor strip club. Anyway, one day, I was walking past, I used to walk past that every day, and there was a woman wearing like a sort of bikini and a big coat over the top, and she was handing out flyers, and she handed one to me, and she said, would you like a lap dance, love? And I said, no. And she said, oh, come on. I see you walk past it every day. You look like you need it. Life's going better for me now, though. It's going better for me. I've just been on my first holiday in 3 years. I went to Venice. I saw some of the world's most beautiful architecture. I saw some of the world's most brilliant Renaissance art. Caravaggio. And then I did my favorite cultural thing, which is go to the McDonald's in Venice and find all the items on their €1 saver menu that are slightly different from the items on our £1 saver menu. I'm like, muck lasagna, just as Nonna makes it. And what wine would Sir like with his McNuggets? Do you want to know the answer to that, pal? It's neat vodka. Oh, man, I'm living well, man. I've just gone back to the office. I've been working from home for the last few years. Do any of you guys work from home? Yeah? Do you like it? Really? Love it? That's amazing, man. I hate it. Well, no, it's all right. We'll have this discussion, but after the set. I hate it, man. Like, I hate working from home. To me, home is home and work is work. Like, they're fundamentally different places. They should never meet. Like, I do not want to be photocopying the annual report, like, in the same place I'm eating dinner. And by that same token, I do not want to be lounging around the office in my pajamas, you know, stained with cum. Like, they're different. No, come on. You know, sure, it's great that I get to spend loads of time with my wife and family. Obviously, I do keep a little picture of my office on my desk at all times, just so I always know who I'm doing it for. But I can't relax working from home. I'm just on the internet all day working from home. I think that's my problem. Like, I'm easily distracted by the internet all day. That's my issue, right? I'm just sat on the internet, just stewing all day. I get obsessed with, like, clickbait articles I see on the internet, right? Like, I saw one the other day, and it went like this. It went, shock! The triplets that Phoebe from Friends gave birth to 23 years ago are unrecognizable today. I argued it would be a lot more shocking if the triplets that Phoebe from Friends gave birth to 23 years ago are not only completely recognizable, but exactly the same. Just 3 enormous babies rolling through New York, shrieking for Lisa Kudrow. They had that Friends reunion about a year ago. They're like, hey, Lisa, what's with all these babies that keep following around? She says, you know what, right? No one ever told me that life was going to be this way. Yeah, that's right. The grown laugh. Grown all you want, I'll take it. I think another issue is like I'm dead competitive, man. Like I'm really competitive. I always go in like the alpha in any situation, right? Like even with my boss, right? And so like I can't do that from home. Like with my boss, right? I'll be in the office and my boss will call me into a meeting. And you know it's an important meeting, right? Because it's got the important meeting food. And you know what that food is, right? It's the plate of M&S sandwiches. I'm posh. It's the plate of M&S sandwiches, the big bowl of crisps, the jug of orange juice. And it's a power move. Like, you know you're not supposed to eat that food. But you got to be the alpha dog in that situation. You know what you do, pal? Not quite. You know what you do, right? You take the sandwiches. You open up the sandwich. You place the crisps inside that sandwich. And then you crunch the lid of that sandwich down. And then you dip it in the orange juice, and you just swill it down like a pelican eating a kipper. Stare at your boss in the eyes the whole time you're doing it. Your boss is like, fucking hell, assertive and creative. What's he gonna do next? Steal my job or fuck my wife? Both. Try doing that over Zoom. I tried it once. What I did, right, is you can find anything on the internet these days. Like, I found out where my boss lives. I changed the background to my Zoom to be their house. Immediately changed it back when they signed in. They're like, hang on, what the hell is that? And I said, nothing. By the way, how's Deborah? All right. I think I pretty much got to go now, so I'm just going to leave you with this, right? Like, I really enjoy doing stand-up comedy. But I do get, like, real imposter syndrome when I'm doing it. And if you don't know what imposter syndrome is, right, it's a feeling where whatever you're doing, like, even if you're doing it unbelievably well, like me right now, it's a feeling that that's not the real you. That isn't. And the real you, because it can't be, because the real you just sucks. The real you is just horrible, like shit. You know, like a little worm. Ugh. And I was worried when I'm doing comedy, like you will know that, right? And actually after the show, like maybe like you'll come and you'll like get me. And PE teachers, you'll know this, right? Because if you guys don't know what imposter syndrome is and you don't know what it feels like, I'll explain it in this image. And it's, do you guys remember in year 9? Right, how every now and again, a PE teacher will come and give a substitute geography lesson in full tracksuit. Yeah, they'll give it their best shot, but you can see the fear in their eyes. All the swatty kids on the front row with their inhalers just like, ah, sir, now the hunter has become the hunted. Thank you very much.
An awkward little thing there. Jacob Hatton, ladies and gentlemen.